Okay, cool, 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 cool. Let's just run through what's happened recently. Yeah, I'm going to complete this breakdown quickly. So, from this high, yeah, we're coming from a weekly daily imbalance. Cool. So overall on a daily, like you can't argue, even if you look like right to the left, yeah. Look to the left, yeah. Not that this should frame your daily bias, but it's just to give you an idea that we're making continuous breaks of the structures to the downside. Yeah. Break a structure, break a structure, external break a structure, and this low fails to make a high, cool, and then this low fails to make a high, cool. With another break a structure to the down, cool. This becomes SMT because it failed to hold. We go up, yeah. Now when we got to this high, yeah, well, we mitigated a daily, weekly imbalance. Yeah, cool. Check. Look at basically what we can see here. One push. Yeah, build up, build up, build up, build up. Come to the top. Mitigate this, and then look at like the intensity coming down. Okay, that's just a higher time overall picture. Yeah, not that that affects our thing, but it's always good to have an idea. If you look at the 4 hourly, right, what we saw recently to beginning of this week, right? We're bullish, like all of a sudden, right? Why? Because this high here, this high, how to break external structure. Now, two reasons, yeah, why this thing was flying up and why people are expecting higher time frame to be bullish and this to be SMT. Two reasons. When this was flying up, first reason, we failed to make a low. So any trader or any technical trader that's trading in this price action is looking at this one as a SMT because this failed to break low. And at the same time, fundamentally, news was not great in terms of the pound. Sorry, not pound, the dollar. It was weak because pound. Fundamentally, this hoo ha about the war. It was all like looking bad. Yeah. So what does that mean? Dollar goes down, yeah. As Mutassim has like basically explained it to me, when the Dixie is going down, EUGU go up, and vice versa. So you got two reasons why people is gonna think that this high is gonna break. What you can see now is once we come to mitigate this supply, not just because it's a supply, but the news all of a sudden starts getting good. President Trump is like striking some deal, some arrangement or whatever with Iran, and they're coming to hopefully, bring this thing to an end, and like the war, what do you call it? That part of the sea. I forgot what it's called. Um, he's not too worried about it being closed or whatever now. So what does that mean? The Dixie start flying up. Look at this. Two ages ago, 2 ages ago. If we look at the Dixie, let's go 5 minutes. 2 ages ago, yeah. Not last night, Asia night before. We had mad news, yeah. And where is it? Not Asia. Oh yeah, this is Friday. This is Friday. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Yeah, this was like news like during Asia. You know why? Because Trump was talking them times, right? It was like 1:30 or something, and news kicked in at 1:50, 2 o'clock. So when Dixie going up, yeah, all of a sudden GUEU dropping, which is what we saw happening this Asia. Look at this. So like I said, on a 4 hourly, when we got to that supply, it's not because we've got to the supply that price started to drop. We got to the supply and it was like at an inflection point. You get me? Like, we don't know if it's going to continue up, if it's going to continue down. But because fundamentally is what I always say, fundamentally is what do you call it? It's basically fundamentally fundamentals is what leads the price action, and technicals is what basically follows it. Yeah, I had it all typed up. I don't know where it's gone. So now you can see news and whatever, and now EU. What happened in EU? Yeah. Yesterday, I'll be honest, New York kind of got me New York yesterday, yeah. But now when you look at what's happened, it makes sense. When you see like when news kick in, right? Every time if you backtest this, yeah, every time news kick in, yeah, it like sets the sentiment of where price is going. Especially when you see this kind of news coming in. This is basically them filling their orders, big positions. This kind of money coming in, this is big positions to go what? To go bearish. Now you could argue this is a leg. Yeah, I've already got it up. This is the high, this is a low. 50% sits here. Efficiency of pullback is what? 50% and above, yeah? So when we're in New York yesterday, if you look at this leg to the left, this one here, this is a push, right? But it failed to make a high. So what happens is they allow traders to get in at 50%. Because if you flip it around now, look at this, yeah. Um, where is it? From this low, this low. I'm saying that these traders are trading 618. Like this is a Fibonacci trade, yeah, on a high time frame, and then fair enough, they got a trade out of it. So what that guy that I'll be watching and that I'm learning from, yeah, he says you need to look at who the market is inducing. So meaning the market is given a trap for the buyers, right? Now we understand that from this high to this low, we broke internal structures to the downside, and we mitigated the supply, right? And this obviously low failed to make a high. So my idea is we are bearish, but before I start selling, you want to see at least some retracement, right? So the setup which I took today, which was this liquidity block thing, yeah. Reason why I got it wrong yesterday, because it was the same setup. Look, we have like a push down, build up. I was trying to sell from here somewhere, yeah. This one here. Now, if you backtest it, this makes sense that I got it wrong because there's no efficiency or pullback in this leg for me to sell from here. So for me, this is a it makes sense why I hit stop loss, and I'm not crying about it. But what now makes more sense now is that when news kicks in, right? It basically does what? It kicks in, yeah, and it basically filled imbalance to the left, 50% of the main leg coming. And now it's like, all right, cool. We've done a 50% retracement. And now, yesterday, I was like worried to try and get in because from here now, you're trying to play from here. This is all internal. This here, you could be guessing. You'd be guessing, right? You could say, look, for example, yeah, if you're trying to say this is a breaker structure and like you're trying to sell from here, how do you not know this is gonna be a respect and then this goes up? You know what I'm trying to say? So when you ask yourself, am I sure, right? Don't enter the trade if the answer is no. Yeah, and I can only advise this because it happens to me a lot. When I'm sure, it kind of near enough works out, and if I'm not sure, and you feel like there's an element of guessing in that, then just leave it because a lot of the time, you're right in your gut feeling that you should not enter. So yesterday we had this news push up, and a lot of me and others we all got stopped out. Right now, if you watch that video I posted in the group, yeah. You know what it is, guys, yeah? We need to be part of the market maker move. This is where the money's made. Everything else is like retail internal, yeah? So when I opened the chart today, yeah, I saw it was slow. But at the same time, I could see something that this high has mitigated 50% of that push. Yeah. And these S18 traders, 618 traders, is basically just prey. And they're probably gonna get taken out. Yeah. And the only way I was able to see this is because of the price action. This is on a 5 minute. You can see, yeah, that even if you was in buys, yeah, like for some reason, where was it? You can say, look at this, yeah. Some people saw this as a medium inducement, like all of this. Yeah, this is on a 5 minute. Let's see 50 minute how it look. Yeah, you see, you're taking lows, right? You're taking lows in Asia. So in Asia, yes, we have a medium inducement, and it's gonna give you that play because that's just like how the market works. You take liquidity from the downside, you mitigate a POI, you're gonna get a play to buy. That's just market mechanics. But even if you're buying, bro, where are these buyers going to? Like, where is it going to? Like, if there was intent in these buys, yeah, do you think price action is gonna look like this? So I know, yeah, if the low has not been swept yet, then they're leaving that for a reason. And what did price do? Let's replay, yeah. When it comes to here, let's go into the lower time frame. Wait, first of all, yeah, to get these liquidity blocks, yeah, let's explain it. Let's break it down. You see where I put this rectangle box here? Can you see like all these all these highs to the left? The retail, you know why? Because this is not leading nowhere. These candles, yeah. Where did it go? There's no money in here, as in like market maker money, but there's retail liquidity above, whether it's on a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, whatever, yeah. So they sweep the high and they break lower, you can see, and then everything else is internal. If you look at what this looks like on a 15 minute, sorry, if you look at like what this looks like on a 2 minute, for example, 1 minute, see these look, you see this? You see that like that intensity? Yeah. So if now, yeah, you think about it, yeah, why not this one? Why this one? Because you look carefully, this is them, yeah? They're already in from here, from that 50%. Cool. If they're in from here, if they're in from here, because that was the news, yeah, that pushed up yesterday. How quick did that happen? Did anyone even get a chance to get in here? You know what I'm saying? Like this happens so quick. Unless you got limits set, then you're sick because you know how to place your limits. But no, there's for them, there's like no retail. Yeah. But you see who gets in after. If they get 1, 2 minutes after this thing and they try to figure it out, oh, they're selling from here, news will come and take them out. So the whole thing about liquidity blocks is we imagine we know that there's no liquidity sitting above it, is what that guy explains. Yeah. And we already know they filled that position in from 2 nights at Asia, like big bearish momentum. Big money do that, yeah? And then it comes down, it respects their position because they don't need to induce themselves. And then it breaks down, yeah? And you can see on the wicks are very important. If your direction is right, as Yassine says, he counts wicks. This is breaker structure. Can you see it? This one here. So when that was happening, yeah, everybody else is selling, right? Cool. They're selling, they're selling, they're selling. Now I had two liquidity blocks marked out. I said maybe this might be the one. Who's it? This one. Okay. Um, but as you can see, we also had another what inducement happen here. So what? Let's say yeah, there's a high, low inducement push down, and you know they know SMC traders are gonna see this inducement. So what are they gonna do when price come back? Oh, shit. What is it on? What are they gonna do when price come back to this? If this is the leg, this is the high, this is the low, you're gonna sell from here, yeah? Watch what happens. You get stopped up. So what I would advise is have an idea what is internal. Yeah, this is all bullshit, basically. This is internal. We don't play from here. We want to see some sort of inducement. And what you can see here, this is an inducement based POYY because it trap buyers. Look, if you're trying to play from here to buy, it's taking you out. If you're trying to sell from here, taking you out. This is good. You know what I mean? This is good. That's for my back testing, yeah? Like everything else ain't going nowhere, like nowhere. This shit ain't going nowhere. Even if you say this high led to this low. Like, do you know how this is? This is a lot. This is a lot of liquidity building up. Had a lot of liquidity. So what I did is I marked the liquidity, right? First of all, there was already an inducement here. Okay, so anyone selling from here is taking out the game. That's fine. But everyone else selling, yeah, their liquidity is probably sitting around here. That's why I put this SL pool here. Yeah, look, stop losses pool, yeah. And it's a good POI as we validated it. All right. And if they're in, yeah, because remember, like I said to you, look closely, yeah. If they're in from here, yeah, from here, they don't need to induce their position. You see? Oh, there was like a tiny minor inducement here, tiny one. Okay. And then they don't need to induce their position. So what look at this, yeah? They're building all the liquidity to the downside. All of this one, all of this is building up. And it's not going nowhere, it's failing to go higher. And the news is what helped me because I understand this news led to nothing, but the other news in Asia led to something. So it's like they're filling their positions for one direction, and this one was just a filling position. So this was just price action to fill the position in that 50%. So when price is going nowhere and it's very very slow because it's a bank holiday, cool. I still understood that we had a liquidity block here, which means there might be no liquidity sitting here, and this is a good POI. Do you see how price left all of this liquidity? Look, liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. Why am I saying liquidity? If you don't understand liquidity, who's taking this low that went to this high and then they're saying, okay, that's a demand, and then they're doing this, yeah, and then they're doing this again, yeah, and then they're doing it again here, yeah, and then they're doing it again here, yeah. And you see how I said to my friend of mine, yeah, I said to Mo, yeah, you need to understand the order in which liquidity is taken. So what I would say, for example, if from here now we came down and we took this one out, that means this can fuel a move up. But you see the order of liquidity it took. So I only got involved because I understood the order of liquidity. So I said this liquidity is untapped. This one untapped. This one's untapped. Price doesn't just move without taking liquidity. These kind of price action there, retail. This is not market maker. And you see how price pushed up one final thing, and where did it mitigate? Mitigate this nice liquidity block. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't always work because look, this was yesterday, Thursday. See how I got a nice reaction of it? Nice reaction, and it took me out the game. And that was because I didn't understand discount and premium. So I do understand it, but I wasn't applying it. So it was a wrong trade, even though the setup was looking exactly like what we can see here. So so if you use the liquidity block, just make sure you're in premium or discount, yeah. So now when that trade kicked in now, look, I saw a build up on the 1 minute here. See the build up? And you see the block, see the block. And if I'm wrong, yeah, imbalance only sits here. Imbalance only sits here. And it's been filled. Maybe you could argue this one. I don't know. Sometimes I don't always see that get filled. the price come up, tap me in, and then played about a little bit, building up a bit more liquidity. You see how it didn't bother about this one? It didn't bother about this low. Maybe he's just taking some people that are trying to sell from here. You see people here? Look at this, yeah. They're seeing break of structure, right? So then what they're doing, late sellers trying to sell from here. They're trying to be like Jewish with it, bruv. I mean, they're trying to do this. So they get taken out because it comes and it induces the high. And I said, yeah, even when I said, bro, Mo, are you still on the call? Mo, did I not tell you it's gonna go down further? I
Can you hear me,
said,
bro?
yeah, man.
Yeah, I remember, bro, on the call.
Yeah, I should set a trap, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? I thought there was gonna be one more seller trap. I'll be honest with you. I thought this was gonna be a seller trap. But
Well,
you know
this was
what?
today, yeah?
Yeah, today.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I thought too, man. I was waiting for that one, that to get induced.
Yeah, same,
So I,
bro.
I
Same.
bought up, bro, and I got and I got taken out.
Uh, You know what I'm saying? And this would have been the trade for you if you hadn't
Yeah, I
got into
shouldn't
the
have.
pot, you know?
Yeah, I shouldn't have bought. I
Yeah,
knew
because
that
then
the overall play was sells, yeah, but I was trying to, get a quick one in.
oh, you're trying to take out these sellers from here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get it, I get it. Yeah, man. So one thing I would say is like understand like intensity of like candles, right? So you see how like this Asia, bro, look, like anyone look at this Asia, yeah. You did this Asia, you can't argue with this, man. This go back to any news where you see big drops like this. It rarely does this and then this and then this and then goes back up. Unless fundamentals switch around, yeah. And then you see when news does kick in again, which was yesterday, it failed to go anywhere, and also the aftermath failed to go anywhere. So you can understand if this is your leg, this is your leg, then you understand this is giving you a good what 50% retracement. It meets your criteria. So this setup that I was trying to do here, it worked here perfectly because I understood these 618 traders and these these men here that are trying to get in. You see what I'm saying? Like with intensity. You see how this is slow, man. If this low, right, had a purpose to go up, yeah, it should not take this long. And maybe they trick you because it's bank holiday and they make you think, oh, I'm gonna fill my positions for next week for me to go higher. But they just let you order up, fill up your orders, and then they take you up. You know what I'm saying? And do we go lower from here? I don't think we go lower from here right now. Do you know why? Because all these man need to get induced now. All of this is like all of these, they're late sellers. So yeah, you need to know where to get out in it. So all these men are gonna get induced, and then there's gonna like be buyers when we get a medium inducement again, buying up, buying up, buying up. Take this out. Early seller trap one more time. Internal. I'm down. One final push, and then down. That's what I think could happen. I feel like these big moves that you see, yeah, like they don't happen too often unless you pair it like with market structure like I did this one last week. Monday, what day was it? Monday. Yeah, this was that. And then we had that. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I saw this. Look, this is the same thing. Look here, yeah. Liquidity block here. This is a big trap for them, yeah. This is like buyers get taken out, sellers get taken out. This is a mad inducement. So I had that marked out. And you see, like anything that respects it immediately is gonna get taken out. So you see how this one respects this, and then this one takes out that one. Cool. So you get a trade off it. So I traded this too, because you see, when I say respect it, like The first one that respects the order block, sorry, the liquidity block is always a trap. Yeah. You see what? You see basically this. Watch the video. It'll explain it. Like this liquidity block here. So the next high that respects it to go down is going to be trapped. Yeah. And then they know that people who ordered all in here, liquidity is sitting here. Yeah. That's where the liquidity is sitting because their stop losses are there, right? And you have build up, build up, build up, not going anywhere, no intensity, one final sweep. See that? And then I got in from here. I sold this one down. I want to, yeah, when I hold it over the weekend, I hit TP as soon as the market opened on a Monday or Sunday night. And then you see what, yeah, on we have another build up, build up, build up, build up. And then look at this here, another sweep. Respecting that market maker liquidity block to the left. Another sweep in Asia. And trust me, when people say, "I don't trade Asia," listen, when the market is ready to move, yeah, it don't matter, Asia, New York, or Hong Kong, whatever, it's gonna move. So as long as you can read your market structure, look at this test. So I had this. You see this? You see this test? So my typical entry would be like above the test and I cover the high. And I understood where liquidity is sitting. I explained it on call the other day. To the left, yeah, there was an impulse buy and there's no liquidity below it, but it might be below. So I held it all the way. All you understand? I held it all the way. That made sense to me. And that was using liquidity. Yeah. And this setup you're seeing here, using the liquidity block, is the same setup I used today on this. You know what I'm saying? And it all come from understanding that these buys, this high never broke structure. This one never broke structure. Failed to broke to the left. It was going to. You know what I mean? Like it was going to because you know that intensity is coming up. We all know the buyers the way it was coming up. There was rarely any flipping pullbacks. This thing was phase one, but we failed to break the high. And that's maybe just because news kicked in, right? What if this could have been a retracement? This could have been a retracement, and then we keep going up. But you know what? Trump started opening his mouth, bruv. Things are looking good, whatever. It set the pace, man. Set the pace, 50%. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I thought bearish, man. I thought bearish 100%. I thought buyers from this medium inducement made sense because only why it made sense is because you see how I told you it take the liquidity down first. You know what I'm trying to say? So it took this liquidity first. So what? It go up. You see from here, these liquidity here, it take the top first. Take all this first. All this. Leaving this one intact. So then fuel the move down. Does that make sense, everyone? Any questions?
Makes sense, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. You know what I'm saying? I think, yeah, if we can master this flipping liquidity block thing, bruv, and just sit on our hands until we see it, it's gonna make sense. Bilal, you saw me in this trade yesterday, didn't you? The one selling. And you said to me, oh, it's giving a good reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even when I was in, yeah, I was like, yeah, I think I've got this. But now we understand one, like, bro, wallah, I swear to you, whatever I learn, yeah, I want you guys to learn the same. Whatever mistake I make, yeah, I want you guys to understand the mistake and so we can learn from it.
Yeah. Transparently.
100%. One big thing we need to always remember is remember this, yeah, discount and premium. Very important. Yeah, very, very important because you can get caught on the wrong side of the market. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was a dumb move to sell here. You know what I mean? This was a dumb. And do you know what it is? Yeah, they present it in a way for you to take the sell. Only what you know how this thing pushes up so much because they know everyone's loading up on sells here. So this news has the liquidity fuel that it needs to push up, but it went nowhere. It went nowhere. Do you know what I mean? So 50% Asia, cool. It's like respected it, and then okay, you can argue this ain't going nowhere, but for it to go down, it needs liquidity. Yeah, and it took the low first, and even when it took the low first, we're failing to break higher. Like all this, and then and like I said to you, my idea would have failed. Yeah, if it went like this, mitigate, mitigate, give me bit bullish coming up. I wouldn't take this. Fair, I wouldn't take that. Yeah, I meant this. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, one thing is basically understanding discount and premium. The other thing is understanding order of liquidity left and order of liquidity taken. Very important, yeah. And understanding that listen, you can't like always deem a non-breaker structure a supply that's gonna fail. If news decides to kick in and it's flipping things on its head, yeah, then things have changed. This is why Yassine said we're high time frame bullish because he's seeing this. Look, nobody can argue with this. This is bullish, man. Even I know. And now he's seeing this as an SMT because this failed to make a low. But you can also argue there's an internal breaker structure. You know what I mean? So one thing about trading is you have to react, not predict. So I'm reacting for what I see in Asia 2 Asias ago. Me and Mo was live. We were trading together. We were watching it live. The way that impact come in, the news come down in Asia, they made sense that we're going down. You know what I mean? But it only made sense if we had an efficiency of pullback, which is what we had right here. You know what I'm trying to say. So, and then again, it ain't gonna go down so quick like that. Because all these guys need to get used up now. Look, they left liquidity here on purpose. Look at this. This is still sitting here, nice and sweet. They ain't touched it. You know what I mean? They need more build up. This is all build up. It's probably going to give them a medium reducement in session, whatever good. And it's going to come, it's going to give them a play here. You're going to get something like this. That means what? Liquidity sitting above this high, maybe, or above this, maybe. And they're going to have one final inducement tapping into some extreme, and then it goes down. And then they have all this liquidity to fuel it. Yeah. So yeah, that's my piece, bro. I hope that helped. And if you don't understand anything, like watch that guy, man. I swear to you, I learned a lot from that guy. That guy, bruv, that guy has opened up my eyes, man. And I left the link in the group.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna watch it, man.
yeah, man. And one thing I want to say to you is, you know that liquidity block thing, yeah, it works on all time frames, you know.
Yeah,
Bro, it works on all time frame, but you just need to know
because
what your target is.
do you remember that Thursday buy on 11:30
Thursday buy, yeah. Thursday
from
buy,
liquidity block? I didn't
Thursday,
understand that one.
Thursday buy, yeah. What time?
I think 11:30 UK time. Was it
Oh, maybe
in?
12:30. This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So basically,
Where are they trapped? I can't see it.
yeah, what that was is it makes sense why price go up because it take liquidity, right? It take liquidity all here under all these lows. Yeah, look at this.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is under a New York session, like the second hour of New York. You have these lows, yeah. So they induce it, they take up some liquidity, and they give you a buying scenario, yeah. Right. So they give you a buying scenario, which is what? Which is your breaker structure, internal. They give you this is on the 5 minutes, so they give you a play. You get in. You know what I'm saying? Medium inducement outside session, but we know two M5s, two legs at M5. Look for a manipulation and get in. Yeah, so that was a play for Friday. Made
Yeah, I
sense.
didn't see that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
and you can understand that if you was in a buy, you should not be selling from here. This is not officially a pullback, but you can
No.
sell from here and above. If you're saying this is your leg, yeah, if you've done your analysis,
Yeah.
so 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 it only able is that the way that price push up like this, it was only able to do that because me and every other Tom, Dick, and Harry was selling here.
Yeah.
And these man got liquidated as well. These man got liquidated. These man got liquidated. These sellers got taken out, right? So it used me and it used all that liquidity to move up so quick. Yeah, the only way they can move the market like this, bro, is if someone's selling to them.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's how liquidity works. And then it fails to go anywhere. Build up, build up, build up. And what did I say to you, lot? Hey, I said this to you, lot. Look, we're gonna get a spike. Oh, look, I'm not even in re. Look. Anybody that was selling off this and this and this and this, they come and take you out. You know what I mean? They take you out, and then this makes you look like a break of structure. So people are trying to buy here, there. You know what I mean? And it's gonna go nowhere. You know what I mean? This could be. Do you know what it is? Yeah, this could be your next liquidity block. To be fair, this could be it. You have one on here, on here. You know what I mean? So if they've taken enough liquidity that they need to take, and they feel like that's enough, and they can move the market down. And the ones that they leave, that's for later. But when price come back, it's gonna fuel it. Yeah. So discount premium, liquidity, the order that is taken, all them things, very, very important, man. Like look into them stuff and you know what? Don't get caught in internal. I realize with trading, yeah, if you're in internal, man, you're gonna be trapped. It works on all time frame. I was saying, look at this here on Wednesday. Look how important this is. I was telling this to Mo. You see all this liquidity sitting here? Everyone who bought here, everyone who bought here, who bought here, who bought here, who bought here, look where the SL is sitting. You know what I mean? Or even if you bought here, this guy here is SL sitting here. This guy here, SL sitting here, same thing. And you see the order of liquidity getting taken. It don't take this first, it takes it after. What does it take? You see like an internal breaker structure. You get the test traders getting in here. You know what I mean? And you have what? A sweep to the left. Yeah. So this high trap buyers, trap sellers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We break down. So you
That's
have
one.
your
That one is clear.
extreme, man. Now you got extreme, you got test, build up, build up, build up, build up, build up. And you know what? I was in this buy because I understood. Look, see all this liquidity building up here. Maybe this is a bit of a risky one, and you should not do this because it can go down. If you're saying it's gonna go up, you could be guessing, yeah. Because how do you not know that from here it's gonna take this one first and then go up? You know what I mean? But look how it works. It takes the liquidity internal. This is on a 1 minute, so you shouldn't trade like this. You should always base it off M15 and H1. You see how it takes this internal, and I only got in here because I know how to count. I know how to read. And I'm so good at reading these M1s because I look at them so much. So I got in this buy. I quickly got my 1 to 3, whatever it was. I was quick with it, man, just fast, in and out. Yeah, 1 to 3, I was out. I didn't know if this was gonna sell from it or if this was gonna sell from it. But now it makes sense why it went all the way up there because it respected the extreme, and whilst respecting the extreme, it take out all these test traders. And now look at the intensity. This is a market maker move. This one, you see this one there is not playing around now. You know what I mean? And then you have a breaker structure. It can't be even bothered to go all up here to give you a position. Because why? Because they're in this move. They're in this move. They don't need to induce themselves. Do you know what I mean? This move is serious, you know? And look how this rid down the whole way, bro. Look. You still winning till today. You know what I mean? So understand that it never took that liquidity first. This one it never took first. Things would be different if it took this one first and then go up. You know what I'm saying? And one thing, do me a favor, guys, yeah? Promise yourselves. If you're taking L's, because I know you are, like I am, yeah? When you see a leg like this and you seeing this, don't get involved until at least it's coming to your extreme. Because now it's a valid loss. You're not jumping the gun trying to get in here, here, here. This is all bullshit, bro. This, I'll be honest, this is internal. This is retail. You want to see them getting juice first, see them getting juice. Even if you don't want to put a limit like this, if you don't want to put a limit like this, and wait for your lower time confirmation. Because let's say price come up here to your and it doesn't give you a breaker structure. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't give you a breaker structure. So it would be like this. This is a low, yeah? This would come here, give you some fake breaker structure. You're gonna take it off this. That's silly. It's just gonna go down, take you out. So your lower time confirmation needs to be go and back test it, screenshot it, put it on your wall, understand the intensity of these candles coming down. This don't play. And on top of that, you get a clean break. You know what I mean? So even if you don't want to take it, like right here straight away, you get another breaker structure. Look. You know what I mean? And then you could say, but you could say to me, yeah, but how do I know I'm not early seller and I'm not gonna get taken out? Because of everything you've seen the liquidity here get left, you've seen this liquidity get taken, you've seen this high induce these lot. So this, even if you take a loss, is valid, man. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you have to put order of things that which is happening. So Mo, you got this sell, didn't you? Mo was a G, he got this sell, he took it. And I think he
Yeah, bro. I
closed
took it
here.
from from the wick coming down, like right
Yeah,
when it
like this.
induced and like when it rejected. Yeah.
Mo's a G. Look, he took it like this. He understood liquidity. You know what I mean? And why? Let's say
This
you're
this
getting
could
into a
have been a
move.
long run.
Bro, long run, bro. Eating
Bro,
cars, I'm
Nish,
telling you. Yo,
yo, I put limits on that week. It let me in, but I closed at those lows, equal lows. I thought it was gonna react of that liquidity, and then
yeah, here, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, but now you know all this liquidity is sitting here second. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, if you take it first, then it's a different story. But take it second. What I mean, and if you say no, but you're guessing, bro. Bruv, it's the same thing that happened today. Everybody can see what happened today on themselves, bro. All this liquidity left here. Look, I draw it out one more time. This is all left. It never induced it. It went up to induce this one first, to induce this one first, to induce all of this. Whatever liquidity it can get, has to come and respect this. This one. And why did I get in, yeah? Just because I understood that this was taken second. That's the only reason. And you know when Price, yeah, I've been in so many times when Price do this, yeah. And then me, I'm so dumb, yeah. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, man, breaking test. I'm in. That's what they want you to do. And let's say you took it, yeah, and you see this kind of shit going on. Man, I tell you now, get out of the trade. This is not happening. This ain't going nowhere. This is just a slow build up. Respect this one. It's a decision. These candles, they mean things, man. This candle is a decision to break. Because why? Here, indecision is are we going up or are we going down? But in fact, we broke. There's a low in there. So this decision decided to break. That's the decision that this decision made to break. So when price come up, it has to respect this guy's decision. Is basically what I did. Respect it. And then I got in somehow. I don't remember where I think I got in here. I got in here. I can't remember. But I knew not to be like Jewish with it, yeah, and put my flipping SL just here. I put my SL here. I covered the high. And then all these man got hope. They got hope. They got hope. And then you see, you see, like you can't unsee this stuff. You see, when this candle moves so quick like that, it only moves quick like that when the liquidity is fresh, just like we saw in New York yesterday. Oh, this liquidity is fresh. That's why this candle can move like this. You know, and now you have to use your logic saying, but this never led nowhere. In fact, this gave me a 50% retracement. That's why Arafat was in the trade. And Arafat was smart. He held it the whole way. Yesterday, I couldn't play because I wasn't sure if this is going to go higher. I've seen it happen before. You know what I mean? But inshallah, that helps, girl, guys. Trust me, watch that guy, whatever his name is. Watch his shit, man. His stuff's good. If there's any questions, otherwise I'm gonna jump off, man. Any question, any basic questions, anything, calm. You ask me. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I'm gonna jump off then. I'm gonna jump off. Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
My guy, man. Thank you. Thank you, my bro.
No problem, man. No problem. Mo, you
My
seen
guy.
it though, innit, bro? You understand that you seen it.
Yeah, bro. I swear, bro. Since I've practiced it, it's changed the game for me.
Alhamdulillah.
Like I'm knowing
Alhamdulillah.
where prices want to go, and it's easy
Yeah.
to wait. When you know that the sellers are gonna get induced, it's easy to wait because
Yeah.
before I would just enter, like enter, and then I would be swept, and then price would move my direction. But now wait for that.
Yeah. Like Abdul did today. Abdul he tried to sell from I told him he sold off the test. He tried to sell from
Ah, yeah,
here,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I remember. Yeah.
He tried to sell from here. Don't do that, guys. Please. Don't get involved in internal shit. Make it a rule. I'm only gonna get involved at external positions. Like Six said, if I want to be part of a move, I want to be part from the touch, like from the start of the move, not midway. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I should
Not
make
I'm
that a
still
rule.
thinking, yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing that because how
Yeah,
many
yeah,
times we
yeah.
get I mean,
All the
you
time,
know,
bro. All the
you know what I
time.
mean? Like it makes sense, you know. And you know what, yeah, even to be fair, yeah, this is 50% retracement, yeah. I need to go and back test this, right? Because this is on the M15. I don't know if these hold because 50% can hold, yeah. And it's also a retail thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. This thing can come back up one more time. It's using all of these man now. And juice one more time, or come and just touch this order block one more time. I don't know. For me,
Yeah,
every
usually it
every day.
gives a play, and then it comes back and induces later.
Say that again, bro.
I say normally it gives a play like from the 50%, and then if you don't take profits, it comes back later and induces.
Yeah.
That's what
Exactly,
I've
bro.
seen typically happen.
Exactly. If you see this is a push here, look. Yeah, you see, 50%.
Yeah, it gives a play and then it
Gives you
comes
a
back.
play, comes back to like at least extreme territory, if you want to call it that.
You see, it's exactly the same right there. It didn't break structure to the upside. Yeah, you see, it respected
Yeah,
the high and then it came down, induced, and then it went off. And right
yeah,
now it's
yeah,
respecting the low also, like where price is
yeah,
now.
yeah. Exactly that. You know what I mean, and this trade here, this one here that I held it all the way to the bottom because I understood it's moving like this, and I'm already in a trade. It needs liquidity to turn around. Yeah, and we're bearish. Yeah, all of this is bearish. Yeah, and we've had inducements on our side. Inducement in control, inducement in control again when I'm in a trade. You know, And there's zero liquidity here. The trap, this is going to create liquidity, which is what happened here. Everyone trying to buy from here. And then, if I got out here, I'll be honest, I got out around here because I thought there's definitely liquidity here because this was a retail position where you could have got in. This happened too fast unless you took a limit off this. So I understood prices at least going to come here. I mean, I got 1 to 8 out of it or whatever it was, maybe a bit more. So those M1 position. I mean, so liquidity is everything, guys. Liquidity is everything. I'm telling you. Look how prices coming back now. Nah, I don't think so. These wicks, they've taken what it needs. All of this has been taken. It's taking what it needs. Maybe. I don't know. We'll learn from it anyway, whatever happens. All right, cool. I'm gonna jump off. Hope that helps. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Take care, man.